Hey, what's going on, guys? Before this video starts, I just want to let you know I do have a code in the description. If you click it, you get to a broker that gives you actually 2 free stocks. Sometimes it's 10 depending on the season. So feel free to click that for some free stocks. And I also have a TradeIfy referral link in the description below, and you can use this charting platform, and I think it's pretty clean. It's a very good platform. You can strategy test, you can see option flow, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. So make sure to click that link if you're interested in getting it. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use fibs, and I'm actually I've been using these for about a month now, so I'm not going to go into like the super advanced like harmonics and stuff, but there are more to learn about fibs. I'm basically just going to be showing you how to draw them and how I draw them and how I trade using them. So basically what a fib is it's a bunch of these ratios, and I'm not going to get into the details of it. If you want to look it up, you can. It's a bunch of these like golden ratios, and I think through the golden ratios of the 61.8 and the 38.2, that algorithms in the stock market, they either buy or sell at depending on the trend, and they're like special levels and they're respected a lot. And yeah, I'm not going to go any further into them, but that's basically what you need to know. So this is TrendSpider. So this is the fib button. So when I click this, you click a point and then you click another point, right? And basically the first, you probably know how to draw, like you probably know what a fib is. So you're going to want to take your fib tool and you're going to want to look for a downtrend or uptrend. And see this downtrend, this is the first thing I see. So after the sell-off, we see it break structure. So see how it makes a higher low, higher low, higher low, or no, this is the lower high, but lower high, higher low right here, higher low right here, and then look how it breaks this structure from this last higher low. So that means it's reversing into a downtrend. And after that, I'd look for to draw a fib, right? And what you want to do is you want to draw the fib from the swing high, so this candle, to the swing low, and you kind of want to do it right after you see like any green candle after a hard sell-off, after like the swing low. So once you saw this green candle, you could identify this as the momentary, like the swing low in the moment, right? So that's when I would have drawn my fib, after this candle formed. And if you guys look, I didn't even plan this out. I just randomly drew this. Look, it rejects perfectly off the 0.382, and that's one of the fibs that a lot of stocks reverse on, and the other one is the 0.618 reversal. So it does reverse some of the other ones, but if you want to have a high win rate, I suggest looking for reversals at the 0.618 or the 0.382. So once you drew this fib after this candle formed, you would want to look for a rejection of this, and this is the 15-minute time frame. And if you look at the 15-minute, yeah, you probably wouldn't have chased after this, right? Like you could have bought after this, but it would have wicked up. And then it would have fell down, you would have got profit, but you might have been stopped out if it ripped up there. So what you want to do now is, once you're on a certain time frame, which I like to chart the fibs on like a 15-minute or even hourly, you want to go to a lower time frame and look at how it's reacting against a 0.382 or the 0.618, whichever one it's stuck at, and you'll notice where it's stuck at, right? So you want to go in that time frame, and let me see, I think I just lost a fib. Oh, there it is. So you want to go in that time frame, and I just accidentally moved this, and you want to look for higher or lower highs being created after the rejection. So this is the 5-minute time frame, and see how this shoots right up, it doesn't close over, and then this candle gets rejected, doesn't close over it, and then you could have taken puts after this candle, because as you guys can see, it does a 2-2 reversal right here. It breaks this low of this candle, which means it's creating lower lows now, and it breaks the structure, and it also breaks this trend line that we have here. So this is a little bit of a messy trend line, but you get the point. So you could have taken it after this candle or this candle, and every single time you have a fib, you want to chart it like when you do it from the high to low, when it's in a downtrend. Your take profit level is this and minus 0.27 level, and then the next one is this 0.618. So what I do is I like to scale when it hits the low of day or this 0 on the fib. I like to scale, and then usually I'll end up taking most profits when it hits this minus 0.27 mark. And like I said, I did not plan this. I literally just found the random time in the chart, and I bet you could find a lot of random times in the chart, and I guarantee you fibs are being respected a ton. So like I said, I didn't plan this, and you would have taken profit right here, and then you probably would have set your stop, say, at this line, and as soon as it broke this line, you would have been stopped out of your runners. So I like to, like I said, I like to chart fibs on like the 15-minute or hour. Then I like to go to the smaller time frame if I see it struggling at a fib, and then I like to see it make lower highs and lower lows on lower time frames. And that's usually when I get in, if it starts making those lower lows and lower highs in smaller time frames, right? So let me look for one an uptrend. So clearly if we bounce off here, and you can see this is the obvious swing low and this is the obvious swing high. So let's draw a fib from there. And you could have drawn a fib right after you saw this candle form right here. So we didn't even need to see all this. We could have just had this candle and this candle. You would have drawn your fib from here, and because it broke the structure on this side, see how it breaks this structure right here? Because it breaks those highs, that's why you want to look, that's how you know it reversed into an uptrend. So therefore you want to look for a pullback to get in, and that's usually when I draw a fib. And like I said, I have not drawn a fib from here. This could not be perfect for all I know. I'm just literally finding random spots. So let's draw a fib from there to there, and it reverses out the 0.5. So the 0.5 is another place. I usually take 0.618 and 0.38 only, but 0.5 is another good place you can take it. People with big accounts, they start scaling in around the 0.382 level, and then they'll scale in all the way to here, and then usually if it falls in there, they'll stop out. So it holds this 0.5 perfectly, and the trigger to get in was you could have taken this reversal right here. Once it recrossed this 0.382 fib, that could have been your reversal. And then usually your stop loss would be the 0.618 fib. And if we look at the stop loss, I think I do have a stop loss tool in here somewhere. Okay, so right here. If we look at the risk to reward, let's draw this right here. Okay, so if we look at the risk to reward, the profit is always, this is where I first scale right here. And then the stop level is this. So your stop would have been minus 0.08%, and your profit would have been 0.42%, which is a very good risk to reward ratio. If I'm not mistaken, that's like a 1 to 5, because 8 times 5 is 42. So that's like a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. So that's the kind of plays you want to be going for. So clearly it has a nice reverse off here. And then I would have left runners right here, and I would have left runners for this. And by the way, when it's in an uptrend, you want to draw it from the low to high, but when it's in the downtrend, you want to draw it from high to low. So yeah, let's just go over a couple more examples. Let me go to like let me go to QQQ, just like a random stock. So let me look at the 15-minute maybe, or we could even look at the hour. So clearly, so look at here. So clearly this is a obvious swing low, like, because it's reversing off here a little bit, and this is an obvious swing high right here. So because on the bigger time frame this is in a downtrend, as you can see it's making lower highs and lower lows, you want to draw the fib from the top of this to the bottom of this, and I would be looking for a rejection off of the 0.382 or the 0.618. So today, end of the day, we reversed, so tomorrow I'll definitely be looking for a rejection off these. And if I see it touch this intraday, and then if I see it start making lower lows and lower highs on like the 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, that's when I'll get in puts, right? And then my stop loss will be either above that, or if you have a bigger account, your stop loss would be above the 0.618 if you scale in all the way to there, right? So that's an important thing you want to know. But yeah, and another cool tip I found is if you see like a major point of resistance, so if you're on like the 1 hour and say you see it reject a major point of resistance, like let's say, see how it rejects here and it rejects here. So let's say we already had a line about right here from the rejection. Let's say it was a supply zone. So let's say we already had this zone drawn from this date, and let's say we see it come over here, we see it get rejected. That's when you want to look for, that's how you know when it gets rejected it's going to be in a downtrend. So that's when you want to look for a pullback and an obvious swing low to draw your fib on, because obviously when you see it get rejected there, you can't really draw a fib yet. So once we see this green candle, I probably would have drawn it after this, and I would have looked for a pullback. So that's when you draw it from the high to the low, because it's in a downtrend now after it got rejected by huge resistance. So if we draw this, as you can see, this is not perfect like my other ones. It actually goes past the 0.618, so it would have stopped me out, and it rejects at the 0.786. So that's just important to note. these are not always going to work perfectly. I like taking 0.618 rejections or 0.382 bounces slash rejections. So, but that's just me. And again, this is the hour time frame, so sometimes it messes up because SPY can gap up or down, or QQQ can gap up or down. But after it rejects, you can see that it hit the price target because it gapped down. So that would have been a nice trade. But like I said, you can pick which fib you want to take it off of. And again, right here, look at it. So we have a triple top right here. This isn't really, I mean, this is kind of a supply zone, but not like truly supply zone. So I just draw that from right here. So once we see it reject here, we know it's in a downtrend. So now we're trying to look for it to make higher or to reverse. So there, you could make a fib. You could make a fib right here, and you could start from the low and look for an uptrend. So say we see a clear reversal tomorrow around here. But that wouldn't really make sense because it just rejected supply and it hasn't even pulled back yet since rejecting supply. So that's why I would draw a fib from top to bottom, since it's technically you want to see an X, A, B, C, D leg. So usually you see like a bull or bear flag after a rejection and then one more continuation down. Sometimes it reverses right away, but not likely. But yeah, we'll see it happen. So that's how you use fibs basically. There's a lot more to it. I'm not going to go way into depth because I don't want to be teaching something I'm not like a pro on. But that's what I was learned, or that's what I learned from YouTube videos, and that's how I was taught. I tried to make it simple for you guys. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah, peace.